Welcome back to South Bend, Indiana for the nightcap. 10:15 p.m. local start. It's the Bear Creek Express, the home team against visitors, the Bear Creek Gremlins. And we're going to get right to it. The Express coming off a 9-inning, extra inning win. Meanwhile, the Gremlins were waiting over here on this diamond to get things going. And it's going to be a first pitch strike to Matthew Waugh, who leads things off. Jerome Remacki bats second, Beninoka third, Eric Ochoa fourth, Cole Evans, Zenon Winters, Abelardo Benuelas, Tani Mumu, Nick Mullins, the lineup for the Gremlins in this one. Liam Potts gets the start for the Bear Creek Express. We've got some rain falling. There's the order. The Gremlins, a big 7-0 win over Kegel earlier today. The Express, meanwhile, had the win over the Sandlot Merchants in a game where they were pushed to the brink. Liam Potts in that game faced just one batter, and he'll start tonight against Jack Besgrove, two young stars in the sport. Both pitched for their countries at the U23 World Cup in Colombia earlier this year. New Zealand playing in the bronze medal game. Australia playing in the championship. Japan eventually won that event. And Matthew Waugh turns on this and sends it over the right center field fence. And how many times have you seen it? Matthew Waugh leads off the game with a home run. Ricky Henderson-esque, this guy. And it's 1-0 Gremlins. Just a guy who's been there, done that. He's from Quebec, Canada, and that's a great angle right there. You can see how quickly that got out of this ballpark. You can also see the rain falling a little bit here in South Bend. It started near the end of the Express game, probably about an hour ago when the rain first started to come down. Issue for the players to this point. And it's not raining hard. There's plenty of fans still out without umbrellas or ponchos. Talk about a guy that can hit home runs. Facing his countryman, Jerome Remacki. Plenty familiar with Liam Potts on the mound.
Next up, Jerome Remacki.
Changeup gets Remacki out in front. That is up for a ball. Winner of this game will move on in the winner's bracket. The loser will drop down. Of course, it is a double elimination tournament. So no pool play. You move forward if you keep winning. Your schedule is a little lighter. You get knocked down in the loser's bracket, can make for a long Saturday. Earlier tonight, in another winner's bracket game, the Hill United Chiefs defeated the Northeast Drillers. The winner of this game will face Hill United tomorrow night. Up and out. Home plate umpire tonight is David Lee. Brian Sonic is over at first with Brian Kelly at third. With Jerome's grip right now, and a guy who swings it like he does. I want to make sure he's got a hold of that bat. Inside. And it's a check swing foul ball. And something about that Remacki didn't like. Might have been the fact that he could have taken it for a free base, or maybe he felt like he could have turned on that one. Didn't get himself started quick enough. And he works a walk. And he passes the baton to his countryman. Lots of New Zealanders in this game. Ben Anoka batting third, playing center field for the Gremlins.
What's up? Ben Noka.
Talked about the Northeast Drillers earlier. Ben's brother Thomas playing for them this year. Still odd to me not to see them playing together. That one's in the dirt. Luigi Pinto, who's catching this game, will block it. Jack Burt caught last game for the Express. He took 2 foul balls off his throwing hand and caught 9 innings, so I'm sure Jack is down for a little bit. Strike called on the outside corner. Ben Anoka with as good an eye as anybody in the world. Just a pro's pro. He disagrees with that call. Takes called strike in the outside corner. And Potts and Pinto are working him out there. Quick conversation to get on the same page with David Lee. Did not check his swing, called strike at the plate, and Anoka goes down for the first out of the top of this first inning. It does not get any easier for Liam Potts on the mound as the power-hitting American Eric Ochoa will step in. Eric Ochoa has hit some of the longest home runs I have ever seen in person.
Great cleanup there.
Including one last year at the World Cup that had to go close on 400 feet. It hit the back perimeter fence of the complex, not of the field with a temporary fence. No, of the complex. Like the security fence. Oh, and that one would have too if he had made contact, but Potts pulls the string a little bit. Has Ochoa out in front, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Looks like a high drop ball from Potts that misses. The Men's Major National Championship presented by USA Softball. Always great hosts. Back up the middle, and Ochoa's got a 1-out single. Yusuf Davis, his U.S. Men's National Team teammate, will corral that ball and get it back to the infield. So Ochoa doing what Ochoa does, hitting the ball hard. And you're talking about an embarrassment of riches, a guy that is considered by some to be the best men's fast pitch player on the planet.
34.
Another Kiwi, Cole Evans, will step in, and Liam Potts is quickly learning why other teams don't like to face them on the international stage. Evans takes down and low. Evans a very good hitter, but his defensive play at shortstop, for me, is what sets him apart. And that's to take nothing away from his offense. And it would be early on a Saturday for our friends in New Zealand if they're watching. Saturday afternoon. So happy to have you along wherever you are tuning in from around the world. It's always our pleasure to send these games back to you. 2:25 p.m. in Auckland right now. Potts and Pinto trying to get on the same page here. The Express used the pitch com. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. And again, Evans just checking back with David Lee to make sure where the edges of the strike zone are. You'll often see these top hitters, they're not going to get mad. They have a conversation. They want to establish a rapport, make sure everyone's on the same page. Probably asks, is that as far low as it goes? Is that as far out as it goes? Just to get some confirmation. Evans skies this out to right, tracking back and making the play is Callum Bichel. Runners tag, and they move up to second and third, respectively. It was Bichel, for his part, threw a runner out at the plate that might have kept the Express in this winner's bracket. He, along with Carlos Parra, who was masterful in relief, absolutely shutting things down. So here's Zenon Winters. Just talking about Bichel, kind of the current from Australia. Winters, just an absolute legend. And you'll see the other Australian, the big lefty, Jack Besgrove, on the mound for the Gremlins in the bottom half of this inning. On the ground is short. David Galeno across the diamond, not in time. And Raymaki will score the second run of the game. And Zenon Winters can still scoot. Ground ball out to David Galeno at short. He has to go to his right. Gets it away well, but Winters scampering down the line. An infield single and an RBI. Makes it 2-0. So the 7-hitter tonight will be Abelardo Penuelas. Penuelas off the Mexican national team. I talked about Carlos Parra earlier. Penuelas hard on the ground. Galeno knocks it down and gloves it over to Okawa at second to get out of the inning. Good recovery from David Galeno to end the damage at 2. We're off to the bottom, and the Express will get their first look at Jack Besgrove. Here's the lineup for the Bear Creek Express. Callum Bichel, Yusuke Morita, Ty Sebastian, Luigi Pinto, Alan Salgado, David Galeno. That's exactly how they lined up last game. Ryuji Okawa will draw in the 7th spot with Tyrone Bartorillo and Yusuf Davis. Defensively for the Gremlins, Matthew Waugh, Beninoka, Abelardo Penuelas in the outfield. Kiwi middle infield with Cole Evans, Tane Mumu. Keep it going over at third, Jerome Raymaki. And the lone American is Eric Ochoa. He's joined.
The TVs are in the pitcher's eye.
behind the plate.
These ones that are menu TV.
Is Nick Mullins.
At least this one, I think. If we can put it on a black.
So I guess the menus from the concessions are right in the eyes of the pitcher, and they've asked to have them turned off.
They're working on it.
So Jack Besgrove will lead things off here on the mound for the Gremlins. And first pitch swinging to his countryman.
First up, number 27,
Callum Bichel. In the game earlier, Bichel had 2 hits, was 2 for 5, and an RBI. Off the top of the bat, foul. The Hill United Chiefs already back at the hotel, taking this one in. A huge advantage as they can sit there and scout out the opponents, although not a whole lot of secrets among these teams anymore. Strike 3 called. Besgrove gets Bichel looking on the outside corner, and there's one down.
Brings up number 19, Shaki Morita.
Yusuke Morita back in left field after playing the full game earlier for the Express. First pitch swinging, and Morita's over top. And again, Morita swings through, and he's down no balls and 2 strikes. Morita, like Bichel, was 2 for 5 in the win over the Sandlot Merchants. He also stole a base. Rise ball, he checks his swing. They're going to say he didn't go. And the scramble for Nick Mullins is all for naught. Mullins, longtime member of the U.S. men's national team. Catcher. Can also play the middle infield pretty well. But primarily known as a catcher. He's caught for the best in the game. Marco Diaz on the national team. Besgrove here with the Gremlins. Andrew Kirkpatrick for a while before that, although Rafael Flores was a catcher with the Gremlins back in those days as well. And that's where we saw Mullins play the infield more.
I know what I'm saying, like how throw the ball in this place.
Just missed on the outside corner.
100 years.
Morita in a 2-2 count with the big Australian lefty, Jack Besgrove. And he cracks off a changeup, gets to the dirt, and a pick by Ochoa for the out. Wow. Well done, Eric Ochoa. Here's another look at this one. Morita swings over it. Mullins does well to knock it down, find it, and then Ochoa manages to keep his foot on the bag, hold on for the out.
Brings up number 8, Ty Sebastian.
So here comes Ty Sebastian. He's the first baseman in this game. Sebastian was 1 for 4 with a walk in the win over the Sandlot Merchants. He started on the mound, gave up 4 runs in just 2/3 of an inning before getting lifted. Played the rest of the game at second base. The rest of the staff held the Merchants to just 1 run. And they made the game all the way into the 9th inning before walking it off on an Alan Salgado home run. High and tight on Sebastian. Sebastian, a member of the Canadian national team. Both of these Bear Creek squads domiciled in Ontario, Canada. But for many years now here at the Men's National Championship, it's been opened up to competitors from around the world, and frankly, it's made for a better tournament. A highlight on the schedule, as it has been with the format. You know, you talk to some of the old ball players and they talk about, you know, coming through the back door to win the ASAs, as it was known at the time. Let's see if somebody can do that here this week. Jack Besgrove looks to go through the front door. He gets Ty Sebastian on a rise ball, and he strikes out the side in the first inning. We're off to the second. Gremlins up by 2. Tani Mumu will lead things off here. Another New Zealander on the field in this game.
Stop, number 2, Tommy Mumu.
Mumu was the captain of the squad for the Black Sox at the U23s, where he was a teammate of Liam Potts. The next generation of New Zealand fast pitch. Both Mumu and Potts were part of the senior men's squad last year at the World Cup in Prince Albert, coming home with silver medals. That's inside for a ball, maybe a little high as well. See some of the viewers on the Softball Premier page calling this the Bear Creek Derby. Oh, if you want to go soccer, we will. Wherever you're tuned in, whether it is through Softball Premier or USA Softball TV, so glad to have you with us, sticking with us late on a Saturday night. Hope that you're with some friends, maybe some refreshments, a good meal, potentially a beverage or two. Water, of course, I'm referring to. Popped up by Mumu, over for a look, and watching it fall foul is Ryuji Okawa. You can see the rain's coming down pretty
Any
good.
available diamond supervisors would appreciate it if we could get some foul balls recovered.
It's a little bit late. There's a few less kids running around to pick up those foul balls. Mumu, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, leading things off here. High and tight, and it's a leadoff walk, and the leadoff man's aboard for the second time in this game for the Gremlins. And when you put Mumu on, that's dangerous because he can fly. So wouldn't be shocked if he was in motion. Wouldn't be shocked if Nick Mullins put down a sac bunt to bring it around to the top of the order. Wouldn't be shocked if Nick Mullins punched a single out over the infield.
Nick Mullins.
Mullins shows bunt, takes strike one. Mumu gets a decent jump. Infield was all in motion to cover the bags. Galeno and Okawa talking about it. Okawa broke towards second, but if Mullins put the bunt down, there wouldn't have been anybody covering first. So we'll see if Okawa breaks for second this time. Okawa, normally a shortstop for the Japanese national team. Mumu is off and running on the changeup. And it's like he knew that pitch was coming. Either that or he guessed right. Talked about Mumu knowing Potts. And he's up into scoring position with nobody out. Mullins will leave it upstairs, 3-1. Top of the order, Matthew Waugh on deck. All he did was lead off the game with a home run. And he's going to come up with 2 on. Back-to-back walks to start the top of the second inning. And we'll get a courtesy runner for Nick Mullins. Over at first base, I think that's Ladislav Malarjuk.
For the catcher position.
So Malarjuk will come on as the courtesy runner. Matthew
Brings
Waugh.
up leadoff hitter for the Gremlins, Matthew Waugh.
Come on,
Waugh, probably the best softball player ever to come out of the province of Quebec. The more I think about it, there's probably not an argument considering his career. High and tight from Potts for ball 1. Gremlins with a chance to break this one open early. 2 on, nobody out. Waugh looks at something off speed around the knees. Rain continues to come down here in South Bend. Unfortunately, there's plenty in the forecast. Tomorrow's schedule is in danger of getting interrupted. That's why they've moved some of the winners bracket games, to tonight. For example, this is officially game number 14 on the schedule. I think it's game number 8 or 10 in reality. Losers bracket play is slated to start tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Waugh taps this toward first. It will work as a sacrifice bunt. And a long explanation there, but Waugh stopped, ran into his national team teammate, Sebastian. The runners move up.
Yeah, you can leave it in the bottom of this. That'd be great. Yep, thank you.
So with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position, it's the very dangerous Jerome Remacki.
Step Jerome Ronacki.
Infield drawn in, and that is a scary place to be with this guy at the plate, let me tell you. 2 of the hardest hitting players in men's softball today are in this lineup with Ray Mackey and Eric Ochoa. If there was some sort of skills competition where they measured exit velocity, I'd want both of those guys on my side. Strike called. This lefty on lefty matchup. Remacki worked a walk the first time around, came around to score on the infield single by Zenon Winters. High and tight. Bit of a waste pitch from Liam Potts. Thanks for sticking with us. You'll notice that our production scaled down a little bit thanks to the weather. Still some good shots coming through. As I say that, a raindrop falls right on the lens. Swing and a miss. Down goes Remacki. And Liam Potts trying to work out of the back-to-back walks to open the inning. He got a ground out from Waugh, a strikeout for Remacki. And now he'll go to work against Ben Anoka. First pitch to Anoka is outside. Changeup is upstairs. Anoka looking for his pitch. 2 big runs out there for the Gremlins. Strike called, and just like the last at-bat, Potts and Pinto trying to grab that outside corner against Ben Anoka. Go back out there again, and it's called a strike one more time. Maybe they found something there. Two and two. Fouled away. I think Anoka might have caught Pinto on the backswing there as Pinto was jumping out of the crouch. Everybody looks all right. Do the 2-2 over again. And the rain's certainly a factor. Coming down pretty good out there right now. Can be tough to get a grip on the ball if you're Liam Potts. Fouled away deep on the right field side. Trying to get this winner's bracket game in here on a Friday night in South Bend. That's in the dirt. Pinto does well to pick it. These players are used to playing in all kinds of conditions, rain included. As you can see, the field holding up well. I haven't seen any puddles or anything starting to form. And Anoka stays alive, fouling off another pitch. And each time he does that, a new ball is required. And they send the other one back towards the towel at the Gremlins dugout. Potts locked in a battle with Anoka. And this is shot out towards second base. Sokawa is standing right there. So Liam Potts works around back-to-back walks to open the inning. He'll strand both runners. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Gremlins. So it'll be the 4-5-6 hitters. Luigi Pinto, the catcher, leading things off against Jack Besgrove. And we've got small break in play. Again, I believe to do with the balls. And the rain is actually coming down harder now.
Stop, number 3.
They're asking for a towel, and Eric Ochoa is going to stuff it in his back pocket. Be curious to see how long the umpires are going to let this one go. Despite the desires, obviously safety has to be a concern, and quality of play has to be a concern. Shot, foul, not by much, as Pinto slashes it down the right field line. Cole Evans takes the towel from Eric Ochoa. I believe for Cole, that's more of a design to keep his throwing hand dry. And again, Pinto fouls it away.
Please return that foul ball to diamond 3.
So Besgrove up, no balls, or 1 ball, 2 strikes on Luigi Pinto. A rise ball, and Mullins does well to go up and get that one. Gremlins Express in a winner's bracket semifinal. With the rain coming down here in South Bend. And again, Pinto fouls it away, and we'll have to get another dry ball. Not sure exactly who it is, but somebody over at the Gremlins bench has been kept busy. Change up. And for Besgrove, I'm sure he's happy that it stayed up as he hung it. Another rise ball, and Pinto will look at it upstairs, so it's a leadoff walk. And we'll look for a courtesy runner to come in for Luigi Pinto, the catcher.
Next batter, number 24. Salgado.
So before Salgado bats, it will be Molander coming on as the courtesy runner. Keenan Molander, another Aussie. And he also was with the U23 squad. A rise ball up out of the zone. Hard to tell, but I've been gauging the rain by a light that is near the broadcast booth. Looks like it is slowed just a touch. Runner goes, and yeah, why not with the wet softball? Molander comes off the bag, and Mumu sticks with it, and he's out. Tough break for Molander. Right there to make that call is Brian Kelly. Two and one the count with one out now and nobody on for Alan Salgado. As I mentioned, Salgado had the walk-off home run against the Sandlot Merchants in the earlier game for the Express. Bottom of the ninth, he led it off with a home run to deep left field. And Salgado swings through for strike three, the fourth strikeout of the game for Jack Besgrove. So looking at the weather app right now, it says rain on and off for the next few hours, although not for nothing, it has reduced in the forecasted amounts. For tonight anyway. Tomorrow still not looking good. 25 to 30 millimeters. So an inch, kind of. Change up off the plate. Yeah, about an inch of rain in the forecast for our American viewers. David Galeno, he homered earlier tonight to get the scoring started for the Express in their win. Here's the 2-2 from Besgrove. And fouled straight back.
No.
4, 5, 6 hitters for the Gremlins in the top of the third. Eric Ochoa will lead things off.
Eric Ochoa, number 8.
Singled and was stranded. Back in the first. And Liam Potts back for his third inning of work. Ochoa again with one of those chiropractor-worthy swings of his. Comes up empty for strike one. On the ground out to second. Okawa was playing way back on the grass. He charges in and makes the play to retire the leadoff man here in the third. I'll bring up Cole Evans. Hit a long fly ball out to Callum Bichel in his first at-bat. Time is called as Tyrone Bartorillo had to get rid of something back to the dugout. You see him making his way back to his third base post. First pitch to Evans is up and out. Strike called in the outside corner. Potts gave up a leadoff home run, then a walk and a couple of more hits, but he settled in the second time through the order. He's retired 4 in a row as Evans comes to the plate. This is shot out and down into left center field. Yusuf Davis does well to get over and keep Evans at first. And the announcer's curse strikes again. So the runner on and 1 out, Zenon Winters comes to the plate. He singled to shortstop in his last at-bat. Can't take anything for granted on a night like this when the playing conditions are suboptimal. However, it does appear that the rain is letting up, at least for now. Winters sends another single past shortstop this time, and it's back-to-back singles here in the third for the Gremlins. Zenon Winters is 2 for 2. Still a sprinkle of rain out there, but certainly not falling as hard as it was an inning ago. Abelardo Penuelas, part of the Pan American Championship winning team for Mexico in Colombia, in Monterrey, not too long ago, a few months ago now. Great way to start off their summer season. Chop to first. Sebastian steps on the bag, throws it to second. Around the horn they go, trying to see if anybody's off the bag. And that works as a sacrifice bunt more than anything. Penuelas is retired. He's 0 for 2. Satani Mumu with 2 runners in scoring position. He found himself as one of those runners last inning that wasn't cashed for the Gremlins. He has a chance to do something at the plate. First pitch from Potts is low. Mumu flares this off to the right side. It's going to fall foul. Tane walked in his first plate appearance, then stole second. Looking to cash in. Chopped on the ground. This is going to be a tough play for Bartorillo. Not in time. Nice pick, Sebastian. He throws it back across. And it'll be another infield single for the Gremlins. Mumu gets just enough, tops this into the ground. You see Bartorillo's playing back by the bag. He has to come a long way. Already talked about Mumu's speed.
Nick Mullins.
And it becomes a factor again. I would expect he'll be on the move early in this count. Mullins' first pitch swinging, fouls it back out of play. So that's 3 hits this inning for the Gremlins. And they've extended their lead to a field goal. That would have been a good pitch for Mumu to go on. He got a good jump, but stays put. Over getting some sage advice at first base. Potts takes a little bit off. It's a little bit low. High and tight that time. Mullins with some good patience, trying to bring it around to the top. And potentially Matthew Waugh batting for the third time in 3 innings. That's the thing with a lineup like this Gremlins lineup. They can wear you out. And that hit the camera, which is not ideal. We're going to go radio style. 3-2 is the count on Nick Mullins. Potts looks down at his wrist, grabs his Gorilla Gold. Runners on the corners. And that's ball 4, a drop ball outside. Mumu will run down to second on the walk, and the bases are now loaded.
Brings up Matthew Waugh, lead out there.
Matthew Waugh will come to the plate with the bases loaded, but before that, the Express will have a meeting on the mound. And I think that's going to be it. Liam Potts is going to make way. So good timing. Our camera is back just enough for Liam Potts to walk away. Thanks for bearing with us here, folks. We are going to take a break. 3-0. The Gremlins lead. New pitcher coming on is Dustin Veenhoef.
What's the retired guy? I got to answer the question.
And we're going to take a break.
I don't want to answer it. It's unofficial. You're retired, right?
Out, 33 in, pitching.
So just like last inning, Matthew Waugh comes up with runners in scoring position. This time it's with the bases loaded. And he will be the first batter to greet Dustin Veenhoef, the lefty. And Waugh swings at the first pitch, comes up empty. Already one in for the Gremlins here in the third. Chance here to really step on the hopes of the Express. Strike 2 called at the knees. Waugh's not too thrilled with the call, but finds himself in an 0-2 count. Veenhoef up and away. That one's out and high again. Zenon Winters the runner at third. Tani Mumu's out at second. And Ladislav Malarjuk running again at first base for Nick Mullins. Mullins, as he so often does, working walks at the bottom of the order to turn it up to the top. Rimaki thought he was safe standing behind Matthew Waugh. Foul ball came awfully close. Flared high out to left field. Morita over near the line will make the catch. So 2 innings in a row, the Gremlins are unable to cash. They leave 5 on over the last 2 innings. But they do score 1 and will take a 3-0 lead.
We are closing the concession stand in about 5 to 10 minutes. Anything now, please get it. Concession stand closing 10 minutes.
Ryuji Okawa will lead things off against Jack Besgrove. First pitch swinging, and hammers one well foul as he's behind on the first pitch from Besgrove.
First up, number 14, Rizio. How?
Change up in the dirt. Happy to report that the rain has stopped as we play here in the bottom of the third. Okawa takes a rip at the drop ball, comes up empty. And our radar down thanks to the weather, but I can tell you that Besgrove is throwing as hard as he ever has right now. Takes a little bit off, and Okawa sends it into right field. This is going to get down and past the diving Penuelas. Okawa is around second, and he will be in with a triple.
Triple picks up the no-hitter.
Ryuji Okawa. Penuelas sells out and comes up empty. And good job by Ben Anoka to get over and cover. It's a leadoff triple for Ryuji Okawa. So Tyrone Barbarillo has a chance to push one across for the Express.
Next up, Tyrone Barbarillo.
Besgrove dots the outside for strike one. A little bit of a curve on that one. Lefty on lefty crime. Bartorillo waves at the rise ball and goes down swinging, the sixth victim of Jack Besgrove in this game. So the pesky Yusuf Davis to the plate.
Stop. 58, Yusuf Davis.
He'll try to push one across for his club. Trailing by 3 in the third. Another rise ball. Davis check swing. Rise ball is jumping for Jack this evening. Davis looking for a running start, but that makes it even harder. Besgrove is tough enough to hit. You start moving your eyes and your legs. Rise ball swings through it. 1-2. Besgrove certainly looking to be in a groove here. Besgrove shakes off Mullins a couple of times. Wanted to go down, and he gets him. Back-to-back strikeouts of Bartorillo and Davis. And Besgrove is getting close to stranding that leadoff triple right where it is.
Leadoff hitter number 27, Cal Bischel.
He'll face Callum Bischel with 7 strikeouts one time through the order. A walk to Pinto and a triple by Akawa. Everything else was a strikeout. He starts Bischel off outside and low. Change up. Come on, that's not fair. And Bischel just kind of tapped his leg. Say, all right, get back in there. He's not going to throw it again. Or will he? No, he doesn't. One of the hardest rise balls you'll ever see. Besgrove takes an extra beat, gets his pitch, comes set and fires to Bischel, who gets just a piece to stay alive. Bischel moves a little closer to the plate. It's going to go to the screen. Here comes Okawa, and he's going to dive in head first ahead of the toss from Mullins. And Besgrove arguing that Okawa didn't touch the plate. He did. He'll score on the wild pitch. And the Express is on the board. Here's another look. Oh, yeah, he touched it 3 or 4 times. Never know if you don't ask, I guess. And how many times do you see it after the wild pitch? A strikeout to end the inning. Not this time, though, as Bischel will stay alive. And you could probably see that time that our camera just narrowly avoided another direct hit. Callan Bichel battling tough, choked up. Check swing. And there's say he did. Bichel didn't think he did. Brian Sonic will ring him up down at first base for the third out of the inning. One more time, Jack Besgrove strikes out the side around a triple and a wild pitch to score the run for the Express. 3 innings down, 3-1 for the Gremlins here in South Bend.
Why don't you tell him to come back and play the winner?
Two, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Gremlins here in the fourth. Jerome Ramaki.
Stop. 6. Jerome. Hockey.
First pitch is off the plate for a ball. Dustin Wienhoff back out to work after coming on to close out the third. Getting Matthew Waugh to fly out with the bases loaded. Wienhoff came on in the earlier game as well. In the second inning until he was lifted in the fourth for Carlos Parra. Right at the face of Bartarillo. And he was making that play whether he wanted to or not. One down. A one hopper right at your head.
Number 89. Ben. Noka.
So Ben Anoka already 0 for 2. Both of those at-bats against Liam Potts where they were working him down and away. And that might be the best pitch that Ben sees in this at-bat was a drop ball with a little bit of a hump on it. Don't throw that there again. They go back outside for strike 2. Go a little further outside. Pinto seeing what he can get away with. He's found the limit. One and two the count. And now even on the center fielder for the Gremlins. Takes a little off. Pinto was headed outside. That came back inside, but high. And the count goes full on Ben Anoka. Wienhoff staring down at his arm looking for the answer. And Anoka had about enough. He calls time. That may have been ball 4, but Anoka, who's been called on a bunch of pitches on the outside, didn't want to leave it to chance and fouls it away. Elite bat control as well for Anoka. And he just had something go into his eye, whether it was a bug or a drop of water. Looks like he's okay. On the ground out to second. Okawa will gobble it up underhand to Sebastian at first for the second out. So for the third time, it will be Eric Ochoa himself grounded out to Okawa in his last at-bat. The fewest batters the Gremlins have sent to the plate in this game is 5 in an inning. That was in the second. 2 up, 2 down for Wienhoff here in the fourth. Wienhoff won't get the call. A drop ball on the inside to Ochoa. Takes a little off, and Ochoa will miss on the swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the first baseman. Hard on the ground and right at Ty Sebastian, and it will be a 3 up, 3 down inning, and 4 straight retired by Dustin Wienhoff since coming into the game. Can the Express get him a little more offense? It'll be Morita, Sebastian, and Pinto coming up in the bottom of the fourth. Jack Besgrove, through 3 innings, has 8 strikeouts. The other out was a caught stealing. So not the most exciting night for the guys in white on defense. But you're happy to sit there and support your pitcher, and you got to be ready when the ball comes your way. First pitch to Yusuke Morita is a ball. Fouled straight back onto the diamond behind us, I would imagine. That went over the pavilion and was still on its way up. Morita struck out and then was retired on that neat pick play by Ochoa on the drop third strike. And I think our camera had a little tilt from the last time. That might even it out a little bit. Producer Luciano is going to have to keep the equipment in bed next to him tonight and apologize for what it's been put through. Look out! Ty Sebastian didn't move, didn't have time to move, and is frankly lucky that he didn't take a softball off the body, standing on deck over there by the Express dugout. Again, Morita fights it off. Yusuke Morita, one of the more popular players around amongst teammates and fans. Broadcasters as well, heck. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And Besgrove continues to rack him up.
Next up, number 8, Ty Sebastian.
Top 3 in the order, 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts for the Express. And a strike on the outer half on Sebastian. But then again, unless your name's Luigi Pinto or Ryuji Okawa, you have struck out. Sebastian takes strike 2. He even thought about a bunt, and when you've got the number 3 guy thinking about sneaking down a bunt, that means you're pretty good on the mound. Sebastian chokes up just a little bit. Strike 3 called, and he knew it. He started walking back to the dugout and just shook his head. Under the lights, Jack Besgrove here is lighting up the Bear Creek Express batting order. Here's one of the 2 guys he hasn't gotten, and it's Luigi Pinto.
Next up, Luigi Pinto, 3.
Pinto walked back in the second. In fairness, that's when the rain was at its worst earlier. Pinto kind of limps his way out of the box. Looked like he might have jammed his right foot on the check swing. Also catching this game, so the ankles, the knees, getting a workout tonight. Pinto played first base in the game earlier. Inside drop ball for a ball. And he's seeing Besgrove well right now. Did he chase that pitch? No, he didn't. On Pinto, and yeah, he's favoring that back leg, the right foot. Something not right there. We're going to have to watch that as this tournament progresses. Oh! Big twist, came up empty. Green light for Pinto. Hoping that Besgrove grooved the 3-0. Pinto just back from the Dominican Republic, where he and David Galeno were with the Venezuelan National Club. The Caribbean Central American Games going on. Looks like a great time. Changeup is up for ball 4, and Pinto will limp his way down to first base, where no doubt the courtesy runner will take over again. And here comes Molander.
Number 24, Alan Salgado.
So Alan Salgado. First pitch swinging. Comes up empty. Almost a pitch out to see if Molander was on the move. He stole second the last time he was over there. And Salgado gets tied up and goes down swinging again. So make it 11 now for Besgrove through 4. And the Gremlins carry a 3-1 lead to the 5th. Cole Evans, Zenon Winters, Abelardo Penuelas due up. Cole Evans will lead things off. He singled and scored back in the 3rd. That's standing up as an insurance run right now, although the way Jack Besgrove is throwing tonight, it could be tough to scratch out a couple more. Okawa has the only hit and then scored on a wild pitch. Top of the 5th inning, late Friday night here in South Bend, Indiana. It will be Saturday morning before this game is over. Wherever you're tuning in from, whatever time zone you're in, we're so happy to have you with us. And we're sure you've noticed that our production a little scaled down tonight. The weather knocked out some of our capability. It'll be back up and running tomorrow, presuming we win the battle against Mother Nature, the way that Dustin Wienhoff won that battle with Cole Evans. That's 5 in a row sat down by Wienhoff since coming into the game.
Next up, Zenon Winters.
Nobody's gotten Zenon Winters out tonight, though. 2 for 2. This guy's been playing at this level for over 20 years. I remember watching this guy back in like 2006. Wienhoff still waiting for the text message to come in. Strike called at the bottom of the zone. That's outside off the plate. Three and one the count on Zenon Winters, designated player for the Bear Creek Gremlins. He takes his cut at the 3-1, comes up empty. Here at the Byers Softball Complex in South Bend, Indiana. Beautiful facility. If you ever get the chance, you should come check it out. Fouled off Pinto. And by the way, I was watching Pinto as he came out behind the plate. Talked about his right foot, and he's still favoring it. I watched him stretch out the leg. And he's battling it out because Jack Burt is also banged up, the other catcher. Inside, ball 4. And Zenon Winters is aboard for the 3rd time in as many opportunities. And with 1 out and 1 on, it will be Abelardo Penuelas to the plate. He gets the bunt down. Bartarillo charging from 3rd. Not in time. Penuelas with an infield single. And by my count, that's the 3rd infield single for the Gremlins in this game, all to the left side of the infield. There was one from Winters.
Up for the Gremlins, Kane.
There was another one from Mumu, I believe. And then Penuelas. Speaking of, here is Tane Mumu. A walk, an RBI, a single, and a stolen base as he's filling up the stat column out of the 8th spot. So Winters out at 2nd, Penuelas at 1st. That's outside. So Veenhoff, after retiring the first 5 batters he's faced, a walk and a single. And he's facing traffic for the first time. Mumu tried to hold back as long as he could. Ends up swinging through it. Ball and 2 strikes on the young, dynamic player from New Zealand. He chases an outside drop ball, takes an extra long look out, and walks back to the dugout. 2nd strikeout of the game and the inning for Veenhoff.
Number 3, Nick Mullins.
Here comes Nick Mullins. He's walked in both plate appearances today. Takes a drop ball in the outer half for strike 1. Try to go out there again. I think this is just a little bit low, though. Just outside. Mullins with a great eye at the plate. It's no coincidence that he walks as often as he does. That's outside as well. Now 3-1. Pick one out and be selective. On the ground to 1st, but foul. That'll be a full count now on the Gremlins catcher. 2 out. Runners will be in motion. Feenhoff comes set. Mullins on the ground on the left side. Galeno has to come all the way across the diamond. It skips away from Sebastian. And Winters will come around on the error. Call it an infield single and a throwing error by David Galeno. It's 4-1 for the Gremlins. Heads up base running by Zenon Winters and Tane Mumu. And we'll get the courtesy runner the third time. Ladislao Malachuk will come out and run. And for the fourth time in 5 innings, Matthew Wall will come to the plate. 1 for 3 with that leadoff home run back in the top of the first. Outside drop ball for a strike. On the ground, and Sebastian will grab it in fair territory, step on the bag, and end the threat. Matthew Waugh has come up with runners in scoring position 3 times in a row and unable to cash. But the Gremlins will send 6 to the plate this inning, tack on another run, and Jack Besgrove has a 4-1 advantage headed to the bottom of the 5th.
Come on, busy. Come busy.
David Galeno will lead things off here with a swinging strike against Jack Besgrove, who's got 11 strikeouts. He has struck out the side in 3 of the 4 innings and had 2 strikeouts in the other inning. Check down at third. No, he didn't. Jack Besgrove has been dominant here tonight. The Bear Creek Express unable to get anything going outside of the Ryuji Okawa triple. Okawa is on deck, and he'll be followed by Tyrone Bartorillo. Rise ball. Galeno thinks about it. Breaks his swing. And is in a 2-2 count against Besgrove.
Come on, Bill.
Inside drop ball. Galeno swings through it. And keep the K count coming. Make it 12 for Besgrove. If this was any other pitcher, we'd be surprised. This is a regular old evening at the office for Jack Besgrove. Okawa, not bothered by it, and he's 2 for 2. You need to go out and sign some more Okawas if you're the Express. He takes Besgrove to the opposite field for the second time tonight. So it's a 1-out single. The only 2 hits for the Express tonight coming from Ryuji Okawa.
Next up, 46, Tyrone.
Tyrone Bartorillo with a runner on and 1 down. Hard rise ball is out of the zone for ball 1. Runners off, and Mullins fires this into center field. So a stolen base for Okawa. Mullins comes up throwing and airmails it. So Okawa up into scoring position one more time. He's been a thorn in the side of the Gremlins in this game. Late called strike, and Bartorillo is going to argue that. And take a little walk. One and 2 the count on the Express third baseman. Big jump, Okawa, that's outside. High for ball 3. So everyone getting their second look at Besgrove. Some deeper counts. And still, he wins the battle. Bartorillo goes down swinging and has a couple of words for home plate umpire David Lee as he makes his way back to the bench. Probably something along the lines of, I already had my 4 balls, something like that. It's frustrating when you're in there against a pitcher like Besgrove. Here's Yusuf Davis.
Next up, Yusuf Davis.
First pitch swinging, a curveball from Besgrove. Always tough with the lefty against the lefty. 3 of the last 4 batters have been left-handed. 4 of the last 5, as a matter of fact. Salgado, Galeno, Bartorillo, now Davis. This pops off the glove of Mullins, and Okawa one more time is at third base. He is certainly the outlier. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Yusuf Davis. He's looking to poke one through. Make the deficit 2 again. Put something on the ground, maybe. Beat it out with his legs. That's in the feet. Mullins able to keep it in front of him, though. The Gremlins have not had a defensive assist outside of the caught stealing by Nick Mullins. And the count's full on Davis again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Yusuf Davis for the second time in this game. Make it 14 now for Jack Besgrove. We're off to the 6th inning. It will be Jerome Ramaki, Beninoka, and Eric Ochoa due up for the Gremlins. So it will be Dustin Wienhoff back on the mound for another inning of work. Ray Maki will take the first pitch outside. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Hit one sharply to Bartarillo last time. Changeup's a called strike. Wienhoff's done well. Worked around a little bit of traffic in the 5th. But he's one time through the order plus 1 hitter. And he's allowed just 2 hits and a walk. Make that 3 hits, as it's a sharp single to center field for Jerome Raymaki.
Next up for the Gremlins, Ben.
Beninoka is 0 for 3. I don't think he's going 0 for 4. Something tells me. On the ground is short. Galeno to second for 1. Back across. Double play. I guess my spidey senses were wrong. How about that defense? Galeno to Okawa and on to Sebastian. The 6-4-3 double play.
Bring up number 8, Eric Ochoa.
So quickly 2 down, and Eric Ochoa will step in. That's a good spot for Veenhoff right there on the outside corner. Real nice play from David Galeno and Ryuji Okawa up the middle to make that double play. Inside out, and Ochoa fouls it away, and he's in a hole. Foul back. Ochoa's eyes lit up on that pitch, but he wasn't able to get behind it. And he'll get him chasing. 3 up, 3 down inning thanks to the double play and a strikeout for Dustin Veenhoff. His team still within striking distance, although they'll need to get something going against Jack Besgrove. Put a few more balls in play. They trail by 3 with 6 outs remaining. Top of the order for the Bear Creek Express here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Callum Bichel, Yusuke Morita, and Ty Sebastian, the hitters that are due up. They are a combined 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts against Jack Besgrove. Bichel chases the rise ball. That pops out of the glove of Nick Mullins. That'll tell you how much it's moving. When even Mullins, who knows it's coming, is having trouble corralling it. And he is one of the best catchers to ever do it. Look out. Oh, and Bichel has a guard on that elbow, and that might be what saved him, although he is down on all 4s right now. I think it got him in the ribs. That's what Morita is motioning. Can't really tell from our replay angle. But Callum Bichel is in a world of hurt right now. But he's also one of the toughest guys in the game, and he'll make his way down to first base. It's one of those times when you're happier to be a teammate with the Australian national team than you are to be in there against him. I saw Besgrove and Bichel give each other a little thumbs up. That certainly would not have been intentional. Just kind of got away from Besgrove, and the leadoff man is aboard the hard way for the Express. So it's Yusuke Morita. Chases a rise ball that again gets away from Nick Mullins, and Bichel will head on down. And I'm wondering if it's a combination of maybe the lighting, kind of the darkness in the distance. I don't know, but we've seen probably 4 now that have popped out of the glove of Nick Mullins on the rise ball. Morita gets into this one. Anoka's got to go a long way, and he'll come down with it. And Bichel may not have tagged up. They're going to check him back at second here. He's out. Callum Bichel took off running as that ball was going toward the fence. And he has been doubled off with not much of an argument. And I don't think Bichel can believe that Ben Anoka came down with that ball. Wow, what a play.
Number 8, Ty Sebastian.
So that'll bring up Ty Sebastian. And he took an awful looking swing at that first pitch from Besgrove. He's not alone in that cohort. Hard rise ball inside. Mullins caught that a little bit awkwardly. I do not think Nick Mullins is picking up the ball very well in there for whatever reason. Or maybe it's moving that much tonight because Besgrove has been darn near unhittable. And a 3-pitch strikeout to Ty Sebastian. His 15th of the game. We're off to the 7th inning. The Bear Creek Gremlins lead 4-1 here in South Bend, Indiana. Cole Evans is going to lead things off for the Gremlins. And it took a minute for Luigi Pinto to get back out of the dugout because with the runner on, then a double play and a quick strikeout, he had his catcher's gear off. He's back in there now to catch for Veenhoff, who starts Evans off with a changeup for strike one. Cole Evans is 1 for 3, single and a run scored back in the 3rd inning. Struck out in his only look at Veenhoff. Fouled off the mask of Pinto, and he's feeling that. I think his jaw is ringing a little bit. It went off the side of the mask. Oftentimes you see balls go off the front of the mask. It kind of went off the side.
Stop 34, Cole.
Tough day behind the plate for Pinto continues. I don't know why anyone would be a catcher, man. Evans gets on top of it. This is going to be a tough play. Galeno bare hands it. Get out of town, David Galeno. Come on. Wow. What a play. Here's another look. Evans reaches out over the plate. Off the plate. Look at this. Only one play is to barehand it with the momentum across the diamond. Oh, baby. We're seeing some outstanding defense late in this ballgame. Winters taking all the way for strike one. Walked and scored back in the 5th. Singled in the 3rd, singled in the 1st. Pinto takes a beat before throwing that back as he thought it was a good pitch. Might have been just off the plate. Change up. Called strike 2. Well, we've joined our friends in Europe and Oceania with Saturday. This is high out to left field. It's also Saturday in Japan, where Yusuke Morita calls home. He takes that in for the second out. I guess it's Saturday just about everywhere except the west coast of North America. Hawaii. We're going to get a pinch hitter here. It's Brian Avery coming off the bench to hit for Abelardo Penuelas.
Right. 33
Avery, a member of the Canadian men's national team, and is an accomplished ball player in his own right. I mean, the bench players for this Gremlins squad could make their own competitive team. First pitch to Avery is up from Vienhoff. That's going to be inside. 2-0 on Brian Avery here with 2 down in the top of the 7th inning. Still a buzz around this place after that play by David Galeno earlier. That's a called strike. And full marks to the few and the proud who have stuck around to see the end of this one. That includes you still watching on the stream wherever you are. It's been a long day of softball. We're over 12 hours on the air here from South Bend. And Brian Avery's going to work a pinch hit walk. And I think Penuelas is going to re-enter the game and run for Avery. And that'll bring Tani Mumu to the plate for the 4th time in this game. 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI single. A stolen base as well back in the 2nd. Big jump by Penuelas over there at first. Runners off, and Pinto will lose the handle, so it'll be a stolen base for Penuelas. I talked about the amount of time we've been on the air. Shout out to our production team here, Luciano, Jaime, Tadio. It has been a grind for these guys. Peter Labardius. I got to have a word with Peter. He had the short games today. I ended up with the long ones. But that stuff tends to work itself out. Yeah, Peter's not even awake to hear that comment, I wouldn't imagine. Always great to be at the ball field. A lot of familiar faces after you do enough of these things. From all the fine folks at USA Softball, our production crew, the people around the teams, the players you don't see on the field. The sponsors, management, and the fans. You see so many fans no matter where you are. Same faces, they travel. It's awesome. And if you can't make it, we're glad you're with us on USA Softball TV, Softball Premiere. If we can avoid the rain tomorrow, we've got another full slate of the top men's fast pitch in the world coming at you. Mumu takes low. Pinto will keep the ball in front of him, which keeps Penuelas out at second. Mumu works another deep count. Trying to bring it around to Nick Mullins, who's on deck. And we'll do the 3-2 one more time. As soon as Mumu started his swing, Penuelas was off from second. Of course, if Mumu's swinging, that means it's going to be a strikeout or a ball in play. Regardless, he should get a jump. It's been a long evening for the guys on the Bear Creek Express. Slow roller out to Bartarillo. He wants to leave it foul. He won't. It hits the bag and stays fair. And it's another infield single for Tane Mumu. Bartarillo recognized that there was not going to be a play, and that ball just straddles the third baseline all the way up and eventually hits the bag. Penuelas doing everything he can. Looks like a game of Twister down there to stay on the base. So that'll bring up Nick Mullins, who's officially 1 for 1 with 2 walks. First pitch grooved by Wienhoff for strike 1. I was talking about the Bear Creek Express. They started their first game at 6:45 p.m. 6 hours ago almost. 5.5. Runner goes, and the throw. Mumu's in a rundown. Now Penuelas will dive back in safely. And what is tackled? How are we going to judge this one? Somehow Penuelas ends up halfway into the infield as they got tangled up over there with Bartarillo. Let's take another look. Mumu tries to do the old Little League play, get caught stealing. Penuelas then goes back, runs into Bartarillo. Oh, Bartarillo tackles him. That's not allowed. He's getting a stern talking to. I don't know that he'll be ejected, but we'll say they got tangled up.
Here we go.
2-1 the count on Nick Mullins. And the runner goes again. Mullins does swing. Pardon me, I thought it was 2-1. I guess I was wrong.
It's not clear. It's not clear at all.
Anyway, people are getting late. People are getting tired. It's 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Bear Creek Express. They've got their work cut out for them. 15 strikeouts on the mound for Jack Besgrove. Luigi Pinto, Alan Salgado, David Galeno due up. And that was an eventful top half of the 7th for sure. And I'll finish the story now because the play has stopped. But basically, Bear Creek's been on the field for 6 straight hours. The Express. After they won their game earlier, they literally grabbed their bags, came over. Liam Potts got loose. They put in the lineup, and we started playing. That is a long time to stay focused. First pitch, Pinto swinging off the glove. How about the old 1-4-3 put out as Besgrove tips it to Mumu? We talked about Pinto being hobbled. He couldn't run down the line. And that is the first out of the inning. And Luigi Pinto is hurting.
About 24.
The rain, by the way, has started again. With 1 out now in the bottom of the 7th. Salgado, first pitch swinging is a strike. We avoided the rain for the largest part of this game. It came down hard for about 20, 30 minutes earlier. That's high for a ball. I will say, being optimistic, that the forecast for tomorrow still calls for rain, but not as much rain. We'll see what happens. Three and 1, the count now on Alan Salgado. And it's a 1-out walk. And isn't it fitting that a couple of batters away, Ryuji Okawa represents the tying run, and he's had Jack Besgrove's number in this game. We're going to get a pinch runner for Alan Salgado.
24 out, 7 in.
The Bear Creek Express. David Galeno.
That's Chase Konechny coming on to run. David Galeno will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts in tonight's game. He did have a home run in the game against the Sandlot Merchants. And he was looking for one there on a big twist, but he comes up empty for strike 1. Wow, you could hear the snap of the glove all the way up here. And it's 0-2. Ripped out into right field. This is going to get down for a hit. Looking to go first to third. And DOA, what a throw by Abelardo Penuelas. Oh, that's softball, baby. What a throw. Look at this. No need to go first to third here, down 3, but no matter. Wow, what a toss. 2 down. The old 9 to 5 put out. I wish the shift was only 9 to 5 today. Anyhow, Two away, Ryuji Okawa to the plate. David Galeno, the runner at first.
14.
Okawa's 2 for 2 with a single and a triple, and I still can't believe that throw by Abelardo Penuelas out in right field. Okawa fouls it back. Like, not only does he make that throw, it's been raining. That ball would have been wet. That's unbelievable. 0-2 the count on Okawa. Jack Besgrove trying to put this one away. And he will. Gets Okawa to chase the rise ball. And Jack Besgrove will strike out 16 batters. The only hitter in the lineup he couldn't strike out tonight was Luigi Pinto. A 16 strikeout, 3-hit performance. The Bear Creek Gremlins will move along to play the Hill United Chiefs tomorrow in the winner's bracket final. The Bear Creek Express will drop down. Losers bracket action all day tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. weather permitting. What a day one here in South Bend. It's been our pleasure to bring it to you, a co-production of Softball Premier TV, USA Softball TV. On behalf of everybody here in South Bend, I'm Chris Abbott. Good night.